Hello, and welcome to another episode of The End of the Search. This one I call it The Origin of Separation. The reason why this topic came to mind is because there's a tendency of believing that separation is something that we perceive outside. In other words, we may see racial separation, cultural separation, gender separation, and we look at a world of separation and we say, I would like to heal that. I don't want to see that much separation. I want to do something about it, be proactive about it. But we're missing the mark. The separation is not something that I perceive or see out there. The separation, or the origin of separation, begins with the belief that I am a separate entity. You follow? In other words, all separation stems from the belief I am a separate entity. If that is not being addressed, then it appears as if though I, the separate entity, wants to heal the separation out there. You see the trap? But the key is not to heal the separation out there. The key is to be able to see through the veil of illusion so we never lose sight of the fact that I am. You see? An analogy that is being used a lot is about gold. A big, gold block. And that's all there is. Now, you can take that gold and you can break it down and give it different shapes. The shape of a ring, the shape of a collar, the shape of a, bracelet, you see, and the shape of a cup. Now, each shape, although may seem different, they do seem to have a particular purpose. Meaning that if I want to drink some water, I cannot use the shape of a ring because the water will just go right through it. I need to use the shape of a cup. You see, so the cup is playing the role of a cup in which I can use to drink some water or pour some water in it. And the ring is playing the role of a ring, which purpose is to be placed on a finger, for example, to make it look pretty, whatever. But each one seems to have a different purpose. The issue here is not to judge the cup as better than the ring, or judge the ring as not enough or insufficient in comparison to what the cup or what the color or what anything else does. The key is to be able to never lose sight that all I am seeing, even when it may have different shapes, is gold. You see? Well, here, when we are able to look right through the veil of separation, all that we see, all that there is, I should say, is love, meaning the underlying essence. Now, you may say, but how about people who are behaving in a way that is not loving? Again, we're missing the mark here. You're seeing separation from the belief that you're a separate entity. It's not about judging what doing or somebody's doing right or wrong. It's not about that. It's about never lose sight of the fact that I am. From this I am, which is what is, just notice how the play unfolds. See? So if there's something I need to do regarding whatever the play's suggesting that I should do, well, I find myself doing that. But that doing comes from the recognition that I am, not from the separate entity who thinks that is doing now something good or something right. You see? Love acts accordingly, and so is fear. Fear is the belief that I'm separate, and fear is the one that tries to place the role of a savior. Fear is the one that says, I want to save the world. I want to heal the world. Because fear is the only one that believes that I am something separate from the world. But the world and I are one and the same. So that's why these videos are not about what to do. I don't know what to do. It's about who am I. When you can see, when seeing through the veil is obvious, then just notice how life plays. The only thing is that your actions will be motivated by peace, by love, rather than fear. And yes, these videos are paradoxical, because I can say that, but if you're supposed to act in a particular way, that's the way life will play through you. And yet, life through this you and this seeming me is playing the role of a remembering the fact that I am. So life through you or through me is playing the role of someone who can choose not believing the content of the mind, as opposed to someone who believes it. So again, like I've heard somebody once says, act as if you do have that choice, while at the same time you know the choice is made through you. You see? So once again, never lose sight that the origin of separation is the belief I'm a person. It's not what I see in the world of appearances. That simply corroborates the belief that says I am a separate entity. And the world is used as, again, evidence of that lie or that belief. And the way we can see right through everything, which is what is being said in all these videos over and over again, the way to be able to see through it is not that I can see through it. It's not about me trying to see through it. There's no me seeing through it. It's not believing anything the mind is suggesting about anything. It's living in a permanent space of not knowing. From the moment it seems as though we wake up in the morning, life unfolds. I am. I know nothing. And that is how we can rest in the beingness that we are while perception occurs. It's not that I'm not perceiving the world. I think Nisargadatta Maharaj used to say, you and I see the very same thing. The difference is that I stayed as a witness, as watching the play unfold, while you just are dragged by it. Why? Because if you believe the thoughts that are interpreting the play, you are dragged by your thoughts, not by the play. There's a very old story about two monks. You probably have heard it before if you've been in this journey for a while. About two monks that are walking by, and they're not supposed to touch anyone, not even a woman or anything. They're not whatever. But there's a lady who needed to cross the river, and there was the river, of course. She was going to get wet and everything. And one of the monks carries her. He crosses the river, of course, a shallow river. He crosses the river and puts her on the other side of the river. And he continues on. And then the other monk, for hours, is very upset because he's not supposed to touch a woman. And he has touched a woman. And he finally says, you know what? I need to say this. I need to share this with you because this has been bothering me for the last hours, How did you dare to touch a woman when we're not supposed to touch a woman? And the other monk says, I dropped her hours ago. You still carrying her. You follow? So these videos are about noticing what you're carrying. What you're carrying is the belief that you're a separate entity. And if that is not addressed, the mind is going to sell you that there's a world out there who's divided and you need to do something about it. And consequently, you will overlook the fact that you are. And the piece that this is pointing to is not about what we do in the world or what we do with the world. It's about knowing the fact that I am. You see? And you are that. So resting in the I am, just watch the play unfold. You will do whatever you were supposed to do. The difference is that there's an awareness that is a happening rather than something that I seem to be doing. And well, this is inspiration that came through. I hope it served. And as always, may peace permeate the mind so that love can become evident.